So, playlist is in the link. You don't have to use it. It's there if you want to use it. Um, so we're gonna hit play, not right now, but we're gonna hit play as a team. But first, let's get our mind right. Step over to your space, bring your feet nice and wide apart. I would say wider than your shoulders. Take a look at your feet, whether they're in shoes or not. Just kind of move your toes around. Notice what's going on in your feet. Do you favor a side? There's nothing wrong with any of that. Just take note. That awareness is huge. So soften the knees, take the arms, reach the arms up and over the head. Look up, drop the shoulders into the sockets, and exhale, push the arms down like you're trying to push something towards your thighs. Good, one more time. Just a deep breath in, reach the arms up. Once you reach and look up, roll those shoulder heads back and down, and then turn the palms down towards the thighs. Good. Shake it all off. Just move your hands and your hips and your shoulders and all the things. And we're going to make our way over to our playlist. And now we're really going to hit play as a team. In 3, 2, 1, hit it. Cool. Warm up city. Population us. Our warm up today is about 4 minutes. If that seems long, just know we have 5 blocks of work. So we want to make sure the body is nice and warm in order to start lifting weight or adding resistance. So with that said, feet nice and wide apart, we're just going to take it into a basic squat and hinge. Don't worry about the beat of the music, just focus on yourself right here. Take your hands to your hips, hinge forward. So what we want to be mindful of on the squat and the hinge is this nice long spine. There's a lot of different ways people say that, neutralizing the spine, squeezing the shoulder blades together. However you want to look at it, just keep your chest nice and broad as you move through your squat and your hinge. You might feel a little bit of a hamstring stretch, which is great. Maybe a little gluteal stretch. Let's go one more time. Squat and hinge. I'm going to have you bring your feet really wide apart, really wide. Drop into that right hip. Open up on the right. Drop into the left hip, open up on the left. And if it feels like your hip is gonna pop, welcome to my club. I feel like that too. Just focus on your movement, feeling pain-free, right? I wanna move pain-free here. Largest range of motion I can create. Let's go one more time over to the right and one more time over to the left. Heel toe your feet in, and we're gonna find a calf raise, arm reach up. So when I bring my arms behind me or up and over my head, I'm crossing one palm in front of the other. I'm trying to alternate that palm. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes constantly. So if you're not doing it exactly right, most importantly, you're here. So I think that counts quite a bit. So we're getting off of those heels, activating our calf muscles. Squeeze your seat forward. We're there in 3 seconds. 2 and 1. We're going to separate the feet a little wider apart. Turn that right hip in. Take the left arm up and pull. So on that pull, I'm squeezing my back. Let's do 2 more. And we'll switch our sides. Turn the left hip in. Right toes are forward. Right arm up. So I'm pivoting. I'm not really pivoting. I'm just kind of opening up my hip, bending my knee, extending my knee. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Let's go ahead and bring it into these alternating hip circles. So you can make it large, you can make it slow, you can make it smaller and faster. You could make it a straight leg kick. Your call. Hands anywhere. We're there in 3, 2. I want you to walk it to the back of your mat. So once you're at the back of your mat, heels together, toes separated, first position. I'm gonna reach the arms up, squeeze my glutes together, palms face in, round my spine, tuck and roll. Good, from here, shake the head out, yes and no, and roll yourself back up to stand. Sweep the arms up and over the head. Same thing, round the spine, tuck and roll through. Watch those shoulders, tuck the chin. Last time here, reach up, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, now on this tuck and roll, I'm gonna have you walk it out to plank. So separate your heels. Plank position here. Good, hold still, just breathe into it. Dome your back, push the mat away from you for 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the knees down. Once your knees are down, I'm just turning myself so you can see me. I'm gonna lean over to the left or right and lean over to the right or left, whatever. I'm just kind of leaning side to side to wake up the sides of my body. Are we feeling warm? Hopefully the answer is a little bit of a yes. This is 3, this is 2, and that is time. Shake it all off. Like I mentioned a moment ago, this is 5 blocks of work. The first block is cardio straight up. You don't need anything but yourself. We go 4 movements. First thing first, feet nice and wide apart. You've got a lunge, back through, lunge again, and lift. Lunge, back through, lunge again, and lift. Lunge, back through, lunge again, leg lift. So I have a small bend in the knee of my straight leg. I'm going to show this to you from the side. I think it'd be really helpful to see my back. I lean into one side, the other side, that second side, I lift and I return. It's harder to do than it sounds. 3, 2, 1. Bring yourself into a little more narrow stance, hands behind the ears. Drop into a squat, rotate, rise. Drop into a squat, rotate the other side and rise. Making it fell swoop. So as I squat down, I'm kind of hinging forward. If it's too much to hold on to your head, you could do it with your hands in this goalpost position, or you could have your hands on the small of your back. We're squatting down, we're rotating, and we're rising. Just kind of getting the juices flowing through the trunk, right? You've got just a few more seconds here. One more thing to learn. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, 2 more things, but really it's just 1. Triple bow, 2, 3, fan kick. Fan. So my left arm is up, my right arm is doing an imaginary pull, and then I'm giving it a big hip circle on the right. 3, 2, 1. Circle. Keep that left arm up, keep it in the socket. 2, 3. Hip circle. You got time for 1 more of these. Finish it out here. This is the last one on the left. Finish your hips, circle, and switch. 1, 2, 3. Big circle. Keep that right arm up. Use your breath. We're just going in to out with that hip circle. So it's just going around in, right? Boom, boom, sound effect optional. Yes. Our first block is almost over for set 1. We have 2 sets of this. Everything is 45 seconds. You've got time for this last one. Finish it out. This is 3, 2, 1. Rest. So I know myself, if somebody's talking to me while I'm working out, I'm like, what? Huh? Huh? Right now you're in a 30-second recovery. If you need a sip of water, if you need a modification that I haven't given, pop into the chat. Otherwise, we do every block 2 times, meaning we're just going to do this thing 1 more time, and we move on. At the end of this, you're going to get a 1-minute rest, and we go into our second block, which is strength. First thing first, feet wide apart. We're going to drop into that left hip, lift. Right, lift. Left, right, left, lift. If you can't remember your right and left, neither can I. So we're already fast friends. I'm getting a lot of work in my outer hip. I'm also working coordination, which is so good for the brain. This is the last time you're doing this effort today. You've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, bring your feet a little more narrow. I'm going to show this to you from the side. I'm coming around, down, and up. and then around, down and up in the opposite direction. So I'm squatting down, I'm rotating and I'm hinging, all in one. If it's too much, piece it out, bring it down, lean to a side, round, rise back up, bring it down, lean to the other side and round, and rise back up. There's no perfection, no such thing. Just working on being a better version of your moving self, right? So just whatever you can do on this effort works as long as it's pain-free. This is 3, 2, and 1. Right arm up, toes turn in, 2, 3. Big hip circle or straight arm, straight leg fan kick. That's a leg, right? Can I keep my right arm up the whole time? Sure, my left arm can move, especially since I'm doing a fan kick. I need that space, but I want to pay attention. What's going on with the shoulder of my right? Is it doing one of this? Try to release it. I'm kind of angled towards that corner of my mat, corner of my space. Pull, pull again, pull for 3. Super close, you've got 3 seconds. Finish this out. Switch your sides. Left arm up, left shoulder socket, pocket in. Pull 1, 2, 3, make it big. I'm not concerned necessarily about your speed, just about your range of motion in a healthy way. I promise you we're gonna get into some strength moves in our second block today and our fourth. Woo. Don't let your mat eat your feet. Good. Earn your minute recovery. We've got about 12 more seconds to go. Triple row, single fan kick, keeping that shoulder plugged in on the left, keeping that arm raised, 3, 2, and time. Good, take a rest. Cheers, sip of water. In your next block, if you have dumbbells, awesome. If you don't, just pretend. Just pretend you're holding dumbbells. Imagine, right? Our brain, our creative thought can really elevate this experience. Okay, so we got about 30 seconds. Pick them up and eat them later, just kidding. All right, team. So, know where your weights are. Pick them up. We're gonna start with a balance effort. Team, you got 15 seconds. I want you to just rest. Your first effort, your left foot is down, your right foot does not touch the floor. We're gonna come back for a balanced curtsy. Look at that, oh my gosh. And then I'm gonna rise up, I'm gonna hammer curl. Okay, that's effort 1, second effort, second side, biceps curl. 3, 2, and 1, let's go. Balanced curtsy, take it back, cross the hip. Rise up, hammer curl. Now, if you need to land your foot right there, that's cool. I'm not worried about how many of these you're doing. I'm mostly concerned with your postural alignment, and of course, again, that pain-free range of motion. Balance effort right away. Showing this to you from the side, I think it's really helpful. Look at my back. My back is neutral, my back is flat. And then I rise up and I curl right to those collarbones. Slow release. Can you move like you're moving through syrup? Woo! That left side is really struggle busing for me today. This is 3, 2, switch out your feet wherever you're at. Make sure you get right on into it. Here's the deal. If your foot is on a sticky yoga mat, palms in, it's going to be harder to balance. So this is a traditional biceps curl, palms face in, yep. Or excuse me, palms face up. We just did palms face in. So squeeze the seat muscle of that stable leg. For me, that's my right. Kick that left foot back. Pull in. Nice, I'm sweating. This takes tremendous amount of effort, thought, focus. Last one, this is 2, 1, keep your weights. Bring your feet about shoulder width apart. Hands start in front of the thighs, it's a hinge to a squat, rack and rise. Set it down, hinge to a squat, rack to the shoulders and rise. Just so you can see this from the side, I'm hinging at my waist. I'm squatting down, I'm racking to the shoulders, and I'm standing up to rise. Back stays flat, hinge forward, squat rack, and squeeze. Hinge forward, squat to rack, and squeeze. Mandee, this is like another bicep curl or a medial bicep curl, that's right. Or a hammer curl, however you want to think about it. This is 3, this is 2, stand up. Bring your feet a little narrower in. Come around the back, squeeze, and forward. Like you're drawing a spear of positive vibe. Why not, right? Around the hips. Squeeze the shoulder blades. I'm gonna come really close here so you can see my back. I'm letting the back round a little bit. I'm squeezing the back muscles together. Try not to let the weights collapse into the thighs. In fact, the wider out, the harder this circular postural movement can become. Just about done here. This is 4, 3, 2, and set them down. Okay, so that's effort, or set rather, 1 of 2 sets in our second block. There are 5 blocks. The third block will be core block. Right now we're in strength. So the last time I did this, I balanced on my left just to stay really democratic about what you start on. Start on the right this time. So we'll start on the right with our traditional biceps curl. Here we go. It's that floating curtsy, biceps curl. Can you move slower? Rather than move fast, can you move as slowly as possible? Yeah. Time under tension. The foot of the right really rooted into the floor. Spread your toes out. Woo. Try not to run into your wall. So if you're me and you have limited space, move as you need to around your space to create more room for your body to move. This is 2. And now we switch sides. So left foot, palms now face medially or in. I drop into that curtsy, into the hammer curl. When I bring my knee in, it can come a little forward of the opposite thigh, my left thigh. Or I can land my toe. That's gonna help me find my stability, especially if I'm just coming back to working out or I have an injury. No need to add more work to the already challenging efforts. Squeeze your elbows into the ribs. Really nice, spread the toes out. How low can you get? This is 2 and 1. Good, maybe the feet are a little closer now. It's a hinge to a squat, racket, and rise. Spread those toes out. Hinge, squat to rack. Keep those knees back. So on your squat, are your toes and knees pointing forward? And is the weight in the heels of your feet? Wiggle those toes around, check it out. Drop your seat. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Use your breath to help you. You should be exhaling on the way away from gravity's pull. You got 1 more of these. 3, 2, finish it out. And we'll do that postural step with our feet together now. Squeeze the arms back. Create that spear in front of the hips. Squeeze. Can you, and maybe the answer is no, can you get the dumbbells maybe to touch behind your back? I can't, but I'm certainly giving it a really strong try. Right? Without letting my shoulders move around a lot. So just so you can see my shoulders in action. I'm breathing, my posture is upright. Nice, Michelle, looks good. Good, Mary. Woo. We're almost there. This is 3, this is 2, and that is time. Good, set your weights down, because guess what? That's the end of the block. Sip of water if you need it. We're gonna move into our core effort. Just so you know, our warm-up was part of that core effort. We're gonna do a standing Pilates roll down into plank, and we're gonna roll ourselves back up. So if you're not into like hand stuff today, meaning being on the hands, just roll yourself up, roll yourself down. It's all good. And then the other three efforts are going to be on the mat. Okay. Woo, you will need a dumbbell. So what I would do right now in this last 18 seconds is have yourself oriented at the back of your mat with room to travel forward. Have your dumbbell off to the side. You know where it's located. All right, so we're going to start it up. Heels of the feet together. Tuck your tailbone. Reach the arms up. Round down. Really take your time. Walk it out to plank. Separate the heels. Breathe. And then walk it back to the heels, connect the heels again, tuck your chin, roll yourself up to reach and rise. Again, round the spine, tuck the chin, you're looking at your thighs, then you're gonna walk it out to your plank, separate the heels, push the mat away from you. Now, if you wanted to, you could even add a little push-up. I am not gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna focus on the original exercise for right here. In round 2, I'll show you a progression should you want it. This is 3, this is 2. Go ahead and lower down to the knees. Grab your single dumbbell. Okay, for this effort, dumbbell's gonna go in that right arm. I'm gonna punch, touch the floor with my left, return and switch. Punch and touch the floor with my right. So you can see me from the side, I'm not rotating, I'm leaning. I'm reaching for the floor. Mandee, what if I can't touch my floor from my kneeling position? Then instead of touching the floor, take your hand to your hip and lean, right? Take your hand to your hip and lean. Yeah, that's a good option. Otherwise, that full range, you've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Keep your dumbbell, squeeze your knees together, and you're drawing a big circle over your head. Reverse that circle. Squeeze your legs together from the side just so you can see my body. I'm trying to stabilize through my trunk while my arms draw this circle over my head like a crown. Keep my shoulders plugged in. Mandee, what if I don't have a dumbbell? I just reach my fingertips overhead. Alternate that circle. Think about less is more. Squeeze those legs together. You're done in 3, 2, keep your weight. Come on down to your glutes. Heels are down on the floor. Dumbbell is going to cross, return, and switch. Cross, return, and switch. Cross, return, switch. Cross, return, switch. Meanwhile, you see me from the side here, I am keeping a nice neutral spine. Cross, return, bring it back in front of the heart. Cross, return, bring it back in front of the heart. If I wanted to make this harder, I would maybe float the legs. Cross, return, through the heart. Cross, return, and that is time. So I've shown you that progression, and we'll get into that second progression, which I talked about while we were doing it. So adding a push-up, right? So make sure the hands are under the shoulders. You're gonna bend your elbows narrow. So it's gonna be a triceps push-up, should you choose to add it. You don't have to. I'm not your mom. You take care of you. All right, team. So reset your mat, make sure the weight is off of it so you don't end up walking right onto it. Heels connect. Squeeze the seat, reach the arms up and over the head. Round your spine. Walk it out to plank. Separate the heels. Option to bend the elbows. Press your way back up. Heels connect. Walk the hands back to the toes. Roll to stand. Maybe I even add a little releve balance. Set it down. Rinsing and repeating into the second effort. Less about speed, more about strength. I feel a lot of work through the trunk, AKA my axial skeleton, my nugget. 3, 2, no matter where you're at, meet me on your mat. Your knees do have a slight separation here. All right, so I'm gonna punch to the sky, lean, return, punch to the sky, and lean. I feel a tremendous side bend. As long as you're breathing, you're winning. AKA, if you have stopped your pattern of breathing, check in right now. There's no wrong answer to the breath work here. Ideally, as the weight leaves the body, that would be your exhale. But if it's tough enough to get the breath in, anywhere works. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the knees together, hold your dumbbell, reach up overhead, big circle, opposite direction. I think seeing this from the side is really helpful. Can you pull the rib cage in? Can you squeeze the inner thighs together and drive your hips forward? You're looking straight ahead. In other words, you're not looking at the ground and you're not looking at the weight. You're just letting the weight be over the head. Squeeze together, you're almost there. This is 3, this is 2, and that is 1. Come on down to the seat again. Heels down, cross, return, reset. Cross, return, reset. Maybe I float the legs. Cross, return, reset. Cross, return, reset. Showing this to you from the front so you can see my arms a little bit better. I cross my torso, I return, I reset right in front of my heart. Reset. Oh my gosh, it's much harder to do balancing. Cross, return, reset. Good. Cross, return, reset. That is time. Okay, good news. You've got 3 blocks in the rear view. That means we only have 2 blocks left. Next block is strength. If you have a mini band, we'll use it. It's the only block we're using a mini band in. So I like these thick mini bands. They're cloth, they're non-slip. If you don't have any of that, that's okay. Just do you, all right? So if you have sensitivity in your knees, I would say roll your mat up so you get a little bit more padding because we're going to be in all 4 positions during this block of work. Okay, so in this block of work, just trying to catch my breath, you just need 1 dumbbell. So bring it to the mat for about 12 seconds so we get started. We're going to start standing. This is single side. Make sure that's true. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Yes, single side. So just the left. So bring your feet about hips distance apart. I'm going to bring it into a squat position. Step it out. Step it to the corner. Step it out. Just the left. Step it to the corner. If you know where your weight is, just make sure you're not stepping on it. Step it out, center. Step it to the back corner. Notice if that right knee wants to cave in. Showing this to you from the other angle here. I've got a slight tip forward with the upper body. I step it out. I step it to the corner. I step it out. I step it to the corner. If my hips get tired, I could stand myself up. Good. Step it out. Step it to the corner. Come down to your mat. The leg that you've just been moving, the left leg, takes the weight. Hands underneath the shoulders, lift that heel and pulse, pulse, pulse. I like to keep my right toes untucked. Some people like to tuck the toes underneath them. I just feel like it really dumps more weight into my kneecap. So that's just me. Everybody's set up a little bit differently. Listen to what your body needs here. If the weight's too much, set it down. Make sure you're holding it pretty heavily with your calf and your hamstring. Oh my gosh, you guys, my legs are dying. You got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the weight out, know where it's located, rise up, we're on the right. So side squat, diagonal squat, return. Side squat, diagonal squat, and return. Side squat, diagonal squat. Notice that left knee, return. I'm not perfect either. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying, is because I know I do the same thing. We all do. So I'm going to push that left knee out towards the opposite side of the space. Side squat, transverse, return. Got time for one more. And return. Come on down to your mat. Grab your dumbbell. It goes underneath the moving leg. For me, that was my right. My hands are under my shoulders. Lift and pulse. Small range of motion. Abs drawn in. You're looking right between your thumbs. Notice if you're really light in your left arm. See if you can slide more weight into those fingers. Can you lift your knee a little higher? Pulse it up for 10. Oh my gosh, I'm saying that to you and I can hardly do it. What the heck? Come on. You've got 4, 3, 2, and that's the end of the first set. So set your weight down, keep your band on, and grab a quick sip of water. If you're really sweaty like me, maybe towel yourself off too. I forgot my towel. And I only have 14 seconds, so I'm just gonna make it through is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna muscle my way through. All right, we still having fun? Just a little bit, not too much, I hope. Good, right leg will move first. We go in 3, 2, right leg side squat. Let's go. Side, transverse, return. Side, transverse, return. I'm moving a little more actively right now, right? I'm really pushing my knee out. I'm finding my rhythm with this action, squeezing at the top. Yes, let's channel a little more power as we finish up. 4th block, exercise number 1. We're close. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on down to the mat. Right knee, hands, pulse it up, push, push. 45 seconds. I don't know about you, but it's my left hip, that stable hip that's like, dude, when is this over? Push, push. Can you lift up higher? Yes. Yes. Breathe. Higher. Yes, you've got 18 seconds. Lift, lift. Take breaks if you need it. Pull your abdominals in here. Ooh. Push it out. Yes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the dumbbell off to the side. Stand yourself up. Left leg, here we go. Side, out, side, squeeze, side, out, side, squeeze, side, out, side. What's going on with that right knee? Oh my gosh, my left outer hip is like, when is this exercise over? But perseverance, willpower, channel it all. You're strong, you're capable. Keep telling yourself, because it's true. 3, 2, down to the mat. Let's take the weight with us. Hands are down behind the left knee. Last 45 of strength. Push. Your heel aiming towards the sky. Abs are drawn in tight. Push the shoulders away from the ears. Push the floor away from you. So as you do that, you're kind of rotating the elbow pits forward. We're not locking, right? We're keeping that straight line for optimal support. Now press into the fingers. So for those of you that are like, oh, it's just wrists, claw the mat, use your fingertips. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Guess what? You earned your minute. So in this last block of work, you only need you. I'm going to have my mat underneath me for a little support underneath my feet. but you do not need your band, you do not need your weights. So you've got 40 seconds to recover, take it. But I like to just kind of examine my space, make sure there's no sweat on the floor that I might trip on. And I'll demo for you the first activity we got going on. So it's back to cardio. It's a straight leg lift with an upper body twist. Okay, that's the first effort. Effort 2, we're gonna be in a staggered stance. I'm gonna come over to my hip and twist. I'm not using a dumbbell. Could I use a dumbbell or a medicine ball? Yes, I will in the second round, but in the first round, I just wanna get used to the movement. All right, those are the 3 exercises. I'll show you the 4th one while we're moving. Timer starts in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Lift and kick. I'm not compromising my torso to touch my foot. So if that's you, I would say forget about even touching your foot. Focus mostly on the twist and the leg lift. Upper body perpendicular to the floor, trying to get that thigh parallel to the floor. You could move faster. I'm gonna stay here. 3, 2, and 1. Staggered stance. So my left foot's forward, my right foot's back. Twist and open. My feet are not moving. I'm doing a little squat and a little twist over that left shoulder head. My arms are about 18 inches apart, shoulder width apart. See over the shoulder of the left. Listen, we only have 2 exercises left in set 1, and we've got that final set. This is 5, 4, spread those toes out. Switch your foot. Right foot forward, left foot back. My feet are about hip width or a little wider apart. Drop in, twist over. So if you struggle with finding your balance with your head moving like mine right now, you could look straight ahead and just focus on that torso twisting without having to rotate your neck. Same effort, less dizzy. So seeing this from the side, I drop in, I reach back, I twist and I squeeze that back leg glute. A lot of booty. Yep. Keep going. 3, 2, don't hate me. Last thing we're doing, step to the back of your mat. Good. Hands come down. Feet step back. Feet step in. Rise and reach. Hands come down. Feet step back. Feet step in. Rise and reach. Hands come down. Feet step back. Feet step in. Mandee, is this a burpee? Mm-hmm. You could do it low impact, or you could go for it full boat. Like I mentioned, I wanted to make this exercise set today low impact. So I'm going to keep on going with low, but I'm not telling you can't jump. All right? 3, 2, 1, rest. Sip of water. Just have to do all 4 of those things. Really, it's just 3 things. One's 2-sided. And then we'll stretch a doodle do. It's a low on 11. I dare you not to dance as horribly as I just danced. Dare ya. Challenge accepted. All right. So like I mentioned, if you wanted to add a dumbbell, bring it with you. I'm just going to set it on my plant. I haven't named my plant yet. Any suggestions are welcome. All right. Straight leg toe twist. Here we go. As mentioned, I do not want you to round, right? This is not cool. I want you to stand up as tall as you can. Maybe you reach even further across than your foot. No rules other than let's keep that torso nice and tall. Get that twisting sensation through the thoracic spine. So good, right? 5, 4, 3, 2. Grab your dumbbell if you're interested in this. Right foot forward, left foot, toes on the mat. Reach, twist, drop, twist. Now I have an 8-pound dumbbell in my hand and I almost fell over because I forgot I'm not just doing body weight. I can't just whip my arms and expect to find my balance, my stability, especially on a mat, right? The mat is sticky. It is softer than flooring, so it's harder for the feet to find their balance. Good for me though, it works on my foot stability, ankle mobility. 3, 2, switch the toes. Drop into that back pocket over the shoulder of the left. Good. Got a little pump me up music for us to finish up and workout. I put some guilty pleasures in today's workout, some newbies. Drive that left glute, excuse me, right glute for me. Tuck it. Drop it down. Super close, team. Super close, give me 15 seconds. I can't believe it was still 15 seconds. I was like, what? How is that possible? But that's the truth. We're finished with low impact burpee. In 3, 2, 1. Set the dumbbell off the mat. Do not have it on your mat. I don't want you hurting yourself. Again, low impact, right? Hands come to the floor. Feet step back. Feet step in. Pump it up. Hands, feet, feet, hands, hands, feet. If you can remember which foot you step in and step out first, bonus points. It is not having to be that robotic. Just do what your body is telling you is right. Yes, Layla. Get it, dude. Nice, Michelle, with that high impact. I knew she would do it. Thank you so much. Yes. Step it back, team. Step it in. Finish line right here. Come on over to the screen. We did it. We did it. Okay, so we're gonna stretch. If you need to leave, I totally understand. Totally go take care of yourself. Otherwise, for a couple minutes, we're gonna do our thing. So let's move our playlist over to that last track. Boom, it should be called Lose. And if you don't use that track, you could use whatever track you want that feels cool down, vibey to you. Let's stay standing. Short stretch, I'll get you out of here, I promise. So I want you to bring your feet really wide apart. Good, spread those toes out, drop into that right hip. Turn the left toes out. Good, and then take the left fingertips to the floor, drop into that right hip a little more. So I'm kind of actively moving that right knee and hip forward. And then I'm gonna walk it over to the other side. Same thing, turn the right toes up, kind of move that hip around. I feel a little groin stretch on that straightened leg. Breathe into it. Come back through center, hands to the floor, toes and knees kind of start to angle in. And then allow for the body to round forward. So you can see this from the side. I'm just gonna let my head kind of aim for the ground. Then from here, roll myself to rise up. Heel toe the feet in so that they're hips distance again. Take the hands behind the back, open up the chest cavity, drop the chin. So as I do that, I'm allowing for the chest to peel open and I'm trying to stretch my cervical spine. So I'm kind of leaning over to the left and over to the right. Good, working into the side body. Take the hand of the right down. Take the left hand behind the ear and lean. Good. Keep that left hand behind the left ear and open up a little more. So if you feel yourself curling forward, can you lean back? Come back through center and switch. Lean over to the left. Peel open. Breathe into it. And back through center. Separate the feet again. Drop into that low yogi squat. Lift your chest. So let's connect knuckles to knuckles. And just kind of roll the wrist joint around. Then rise your way back up to stand. Keep your left foot on the floor, take your right foot into your hand, hug the knees together. So instead of trying to push your leg back today, I want you to just squeeze your cheeks together, not the ones on your face. Good. Breathe in. Aim the kneecap of the right down to the floor. And switch. Getting that quad and flexor stretch. Hug the knees in, tuck the pelvis, zip up the rib cage. No space between those knees. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Roll those shoulders around and back. Give yourself a little hug. And that's all she wrote.